How's it going, guys? Chris back here again with some more Historic Brawl today. It's actually Brawl these days. I always forget about that. We're doing Saradoc, or Saradoc, Master of Buckland. He's one of the Hobbit commanders that I never got to, and when I was building the deck, I kind of figured out why I never got to him. There are just not enough hobbits or halflings to make it work in mono white. Our selection is like I want to say 10 to 11, which it's respectable, right? But it's not enough for like a tribal deck, unfortunately. So as a result, we have all the halflings, and then we have this is bad. One. We have all the halflings, and then we have some token support. Because he kind of the only way to get enough halflings to make it tribe is if we actually just make tokens with him. So ideal. Let's attack. We are not drawing the creatures or the lands we need. I really want to save Eastfarthing Farmer for next turn. Well, not next turn. For the turn after I cast Saradoc, because Saradoc, we have to proc him. We have to proc him to get our halflings. And we could get our free cheap halfling, but if we cast this halfling beforehand, we get a little bit of value out of it. On the plus side, we're probably going to be able to pass Fire Song and Sunspeaker, which is nice. But we might not be, because if I draw a land, I'll probably just give in to the temptation of casting Saradoc immediately. Which I definitely should not do. Draw and discard opponent. Demonstrate how an effective. Let's do it this way. So this is the turn, right? They play a land. And then they equipped it up, but they didn't have the land apparently. So we just got a free. There we go. Now we don't even have to worry about it because we don't have the option. Decline. We cannot afford to get rid of our mana. It's just untenable at this point. Urza's Ruinous Blast has made the deck. I don't know if it's good enough. Wow. That is an ambitious Aetherflux Reservoir. I guess if you're Sling and Lifelink spells, it's easier to reach, but don't know. Opponent, you gonna spin that burn spell? My Saradoc will trigger. Let's Ephemerate. What am I doing? Hello, Stack. How are you? Very cool. Let's tap these tapped halflings. Wow, Saradoc is a 7/7. He moved up in the world real quick. Then next turn we get a Ephemerate or Farmer again. You good things, they don't always last. It's bound to happen. Still, that was a chunky board to lose, unfortunately. Yeah, I can't really cast that. Sorry, deck. We'll just get down a Virtue of Loyalty. If we'd had our Virtue down, we would have survived a little bit longer. Fortunately, our Ephemerate wouldn't have helped, right? Because it's one of the ones that Blink is in a weird spot mechanically if you look at all the Blink cards, because well, they're never going to burn out an Ancient Gold Dragon. I know that much. I feel it in my heart. This boy will live. Uh, but onto why Blink spells in particular are in a bit of a weird spot. So originally, when the concept of Blink came around, it generally came with the caveat that the creature returned, or like the safety valve feature that the creature returned to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. It's very impressive, opponent. It's just not enough, I don't think. It will gain some life off of it, but it was. Nope, that is GG. So close. So close. Do it, opponent. Do it. It wouldn't have killed my dragon, but they did have 50 life to kill me, so didn't quite work out in the end. I don't know. I do like Saradoc though. Like he was more explosive there than I thought he would be. Like the first time I saw him way back when, uh, Lord of the Rings release, which feels like a long time ago, but relatively speaking, it wasn't. He felt like a 99 card because most hobbits came in a two-color package. Generally white green, but there are a couple of black and black white hobbits. One really black white hobbit, but all the Smeagol cards are hobbits, right? And as a result, so it's really hard to use Mirror Box in this deck. Because we need to find a way to get a token copy of a non-token creature. But if we can get the copies, uh, it should be pretty good. All right, we'll get down our Coldsteel Heart opponent. I'll put on white. I looked at blue there for a moment and thought probably that color, but no, we're mono white. But in my quest for the last like 2.5 days has been Azorius, but we are emphatically not white. I didn't draw a land. Guess we ramp the old-fashioned way. I have a Took Reaper opponent. Duke is the last name in the Lord of the Rings, right? Like, I have vague memories of Lord of the Rings as far as like non-movie characters go, and Saradoc is one I just don't remember at all. But I know Took is a family name. No trade. To be fair, though, makes a lot of sense. Oh my god, the soldiers are soldiering. They're shouldering hard. I think I will tap here. Just to get the land. Then I'll play this one. We have a blocker. We went up a mana, and then we get the Barracks of the Thousand ability, which is nice. It means that we'll always have some gnomes to work with. But gnomes, they work a lot like another type of creature. And there was some Ixalan lore that's like, it's a little coincidental, don't you think? A little coincidental. I guess we make 6/6s. Decline. I will attack you for 8, opponent. The gnomes are more powerful than soldiers. But this is prime Wrath territory. Our opponent cannot keep up with this damage. So they kind of have to. They kind of have to Wrath, right? Master Saradoc of the Gnome Army is getting a little crazy. He's getting a little crazy. I only get one triple gnome, but like a triple gnome is a little crazy. It's a shame that Mirrorbox's final text doesn't work. Yeah, I'll take a couple of those. We can't block flying, right? Decline. I can't even do that. We still won. Turns out 15/15s are just enough, but I definitely did not feel like I was winning there. Because if our opponent just played another soldier and attacked, their commander would have procced, and we probably would have just taken 15 damage. And I don't think... Cause the turn after that we would have had lethal, but at that moment we were probably just dead if we passed the turn. We had no real way of blocking flying creatures, and his ability gives everything +1/+1 in flying. So yeah, don't know, opponent. I think you scooped a little too early. I think I was probably worse off than you might imagine. But that's one of the wonderful things about Magic the Gathering, right? Like, you can look at an opponent, and sometimes it's very difficult to tell what state they're actually in. Like, this hand, it's fairly reasonable, but it could also be trash. Hey, thanks for drawing me a card, opponent. I will remember it fondly. So we are on the Wrath plan. Burnished Hart. Up against Aragon the Unifier, who is a bit of a swingy commander. You have builds of him that are stupid powerful, and then you have builds that are obnoxious. And our opponent was unfortunately mana screwed, so we did not get to see whether it was obnoxious or underwhelming. Quest slowly ticking up. You love to see it. I'm about to say I have been continuing trying to get the last Ixalan mythics that I've been looking to add to my collection, but no dice yet. We gotta open a couple more packs before we'll find anything of value, I think. Do I save? I think I save the Enmiria's Call because I have the 3 lands I need for this, and then this will get me my 4th and 5th land. Hmm. Die Frog. Nobody likes a frog. Well, nobody that we know of. I don't know. I've never really disliked frogs. Um, it is difficult to reach a state where you have an opinion on frogs, though. Right? I think so, anyways. They're definitely among the creatures of the world that I have not put much thought into. Magic the Gathering is. I don't know. I live near a river, so, like, there are frogs around. Uh, but. Hey, it's wandering time. Uh, but yeah, I just generally don't think about them a lot. They're just random background creature noises. But like in Magic the Gathering, you think about them because they are technically a creature type, and they have a fairly reasonable Simic commander on Arena. So, like, there is more of a reason to think about frogs in Magic uh, because they're more. It's a weird discussion, a weird tangent that we found ourselves in. It tends to be the end of the video that is weird tangent zone of most videos because like at that point uh dusk, okay, very good. Let's sacrifice ourselves a wandering emperor. We might as well play it as a land. It's better to have the lands. Missing a land drop means that we won't be able to pull off. We want to be able to pull off a token doubler and a source of creating tokens in a single turn. Doing so benefits us a lot because uh, generally the token doublers aren't something that's allowed to sit around. So if Wandering Emperor lives, which she definitely won't, but she could live. Um, we could cast Ruinous or Urza's Ruinous Blast. I don't know. The artwork on this one's a little strange because he looks very big. But I assume it's just perspective trick, right? Like to show how much of an impact he had on the play. Hmm. I think Phial into Saradoc. Pass the turn. Our goal is to pick off 1 and 2 power creatures and leave the heavy one so that Dusk is effective. I don't know if Dusk was a different mass removal spell, board wipe, it would be we'd be in a different position, but both of our board wipes happen to be our conditional board wipes, and that's a Crater Hoof. That's a Crater Hoof. I think we're dead. I think we're dead. Yeah, that's a dead, I think. Block. Let's. So if we draw past exile off the top, did not find it. Very sad stuff. If we'd found past exile, we would have been at 0. GG. Well, that'll be it for today's video. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy, remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.